Chapter 79 of Monster Musume is finally out, and in general, I thought it was an alright chapter. It was pretty decent, but I want to talk more about the cover page, which is covering the species of monster girls that have been introduced over the course of this arc. And we've practically seen all of these: the Oni, the Centaur, the Lizard, the Harpy Owl, and the Harpy Raptor type have appeared before in Monster Musume, but the one I want to talk about is the last one, the fish folk or fishman monster girl that was introduced in this arc. And the reveal of it being a fish folk slash fishman is rather disappointing because the fish folk have appeared before in Monster Musume, especially only the male fish folk, and they practically look humanoid, but their head is that of a fish. And the reveal of the female version of the fish folk looking more human-like and not having the whole fish head, it's a very clearly a very bad case of sexual dimorphism, and it really irks me. Masamu Musume has shown sexual dimorphism before in its series in the past, and it's not great. It's very bad, and clearly this is following that example. And I was hoping they wouldn't keep doing that, but it looks like the author just keeps doing that shit. Because, it very irks me when you show, like, the male monster looks more monster-like, but the female monster looks more human-like, and it's just very shitty. It's just very shitty looking, and I don't like it. And this part really irked me when they just show that the fish folk sort of look more human-like than its male counterpart. But I'm not gonna go too much deep into it, because I feel like that could be an entire separate video for another time. This chapter in general focuses on the three main monster girls that could be suspects to be Arbitel in disguise: the Silverfish monster girl, the Paper Fairy, and the Living Painting girl. All which turned out to be false. Neither of them are Arbitel. They're just regular, like, monster girls, or, demi-human, whatever. So yeah, technically the group is back to square one, trying to find out who the real Arbitel is, because all of the info they got is about them potentially being Arbitel was wrong. So yeah, they're just regular monster girls in the school, and they were practically chasing, like, false leads, or like a red herring. And what I find interesting is that the chapter ends with Kurusu confronting apparently this shadowy, like, figure with no expression or no features at all, just two large white eyes, claiming that, this is Arbitel, this is the person or the thing that they have been trying to find. And it is pretty interesting. And I think this thing looks like an alien. Clearly the very big old head and the large eyes gives it an alien, extraterrestrial look to it. But I obviously don't think it's an alien. And, I feel like this is clearly Arbitel, because, the very mysterious, like, appearance is a very dead giveaway that this is clearly the only thing that stands out in this whole high school world. Because this is clearly not something that everyone would see or anyone has seen in these, this whole isekai world. And yeah, I just feel like the author is kind of keeping it this way, the whole mysterious, like, appearance, to sort of keep the suspense, keep Arbitel's, like, true form or true appearance mysterious, and it's probably most likely gonna be revealed next chapter. Overall, I thought this chapter was pretty decent. The whole going over the three monster girls turning out to be just regular monster girls and, like, not Arbitel was a pretty interesting twist, and I feel like I like that, because if I feel like either one of those three monster girls, like the Silverfish, the Paper Fairy, and the Living Painting, turned out to be Arbitel in disguise, I feel like it would have been a very easy, like, job well done, like a very, like, that was easier than expected, and I think it would have been a very just bad conclusion. Overall, if you have any thoughts or comments on this chapter, feel free to leave it down in the comment section down below, and I will see you in the next video.